Hello there and welcome back, Cozy Club. As always, it is a beautiful day for some DSA and we've got ourselves a huge June update video with pretty much everything you can think of coming into one patch. Today, we're going to be talking about new character buffs, new spell buffs, a new legendary character, which for the most part, we're pretty sure is going to be a Wreck-It Ralph legendary event. Refresh to Club Conquest. We have changes to the loyalty coin chest and the campaign chest. Now, to everyone's surprise, June has been a huge month of change for Disney Sorcerer's Arena. Some bad, some good, and there's a lot to unpack in today's video. We're gonna go ahead and break down the most important things for you guys to learn, especially more of the new legendary event and the character changes. So let's go ahead. We've got a lot to unpack, and let's jump into today's video. Alrighty, Cozy Club, well, I appreciate you guys staying patient with me as I recovered from jaw surgery. There's been a lot of things coming into the game, and we're going to try to break it down bit by bit. And we're going to go ahead and start off with probably the biggest news of the patch, and that's going to be a brand new legendary character, which we are led to believe it's going to be Wreck-It Ralph. We've got ourselves two brand new characters, just like Spin and Kristoff and Lumiere and Cogsworth. We've got Shank and King Candy. Now, King Candy is looking like a villain off tank who's going to kind of take advantage of the Sweeten debuff. And Shank has, well, one of the most impressive passives within the game. And look at this car. Pretty dang impressive and crazy at the same time. And then with all these two new characters, we're going to have to really test them out and see how they do, because with these new legendaries, we've seen bad characters like Lumiere and Cogsworth, and then great characters like Big Hero 6. So we're going to have to see where the synergy and where these characters fall within the new tier list that will be coming next week. Now, in addition to these two new characters, we've got ourselves a giant buff to one of Disney's biggest badasses, Sgt Calhoun. Now, Sergeant was already an incredible character. She was doing some great things in the Forbidden Depths, which we didn't make a video about just in case anything happened with it. But already, she was doing some great synergy with the Tech faction, had some nice basic synergy with Eve and Wally, and she got touched up. She got a big buff, so let's go ahead and check out what they changed about Sgt Calhoun. Now, starting off with her basic attack, Combat Maneuvers. Now, previously, Combat Maneuvers did deal a nice chunk of damage with a 30% chance to perform a follow-up attack, and now it's going to go ahead and have an increased defense down on both hits of her ability, which is going to be very important to work with the rest of her kit. And also, in addition, she's going to go ahead and deal bonus damage per duration of defense down on the target opponent. Looking at her special A, Relentless Assault, this bad boy, this move was already crazy, dealing 986 damage up to 9 times at tier 8, and a bonus 30% damage if the target was affected by defense up, which nowadays pretty much everyone has defense up on the field or defense down, so this is going to work great with Calhoun's kit. She's got good synergy with the downtown heroes, so there's so many downtown heroes in this game already. I can't believe there's even more coming. Probably time for a new faction, and Sgt Calhoun is going to benefit big time, because with the new upcoming character, Fix-It Felix is defeated. You're going to go ahead and perform this ability on that enemy that defeated him regardless of the magic charge. And in addition, you're going to incrementally remove defense up before starting to apply defense down. That's going to go ahead and work with the rest of her passive. And then you're also going to have some nice bonus damage per defense down in the raid, which will synergize well with Stitch and some of those other characters. Now, moving on to humanity's last hope. Previously, guys, this was a very solid off-tank, kind of like Raja, but did a lot more for the battlefield, and they buffed it up big time. They're going to go ahead and give this thing Calhoun's health, so it'll have somewhere in the 17,000 range of health, and deal up to some massive damage of about 3,000 to all opponents. In addition, the beacon's attack is now going to inflict or extend defense down, and will have upgrades that increase its damage. Now, on top of this, the beacon's now going to shield itself instead of healing itself to better match its mechanical theme, and it no longer gains Reflect. You know, I'm mad they removed Reflect. It was such a powerful buff. So altogether, some nice buffs to the basic, Special A, and the Beacon of Light. But now the true beauty of Sgt Calhoun. Let's take a look at that passive, Cozy Club. she's going to be able to go ahead now and ignore defense to a flat percent. And she's get some nice Wreck-It Ralph synergy with a 20% bonus chance to assist Wreck-It Ralph characters, going up to a 50% chance to pop this passive up with no cooldown. She's definitely going to be dealing some massive damage. And with Eve, you're going to have some real nice bounce back synergy from one to the other. Now, lastly, with this passive, you're going to have 100% bonus damage to stunned enemies as well as staggered enemies. And at the moment, stagger can only happen within the raid, but we might get this with the new legendary coming in. Sgt Calhoun really didn't even need a buff, and they made her even stronger. So I'm really curious to see how all the synergy works once we've got Fix-It Felix, her companion, and Wreck-It Ralph. Now, it looks like we're getting more side campaigns as we've got a new Wreck-It Ralph campaign. We're going to be able to go ahead and farm King Candy, Shank, and Sgt Calhoun. And in addition to that, we also got a new update to the tournament exchange. This is what we were talking about earlier with some new characters dropping in like Sgt Calhoun. We've got Hero, Daisy, Hermes, Cogsworth, and all together, love to see this. We just talked about this on the free-to-play video that we want to see updates to these exchange stores. Now, I don't love that they kind of mess with the token exchange rate. I wish they were all the flat same because I don't see really a need to kind of make some characters like Jangles worth 6,004 tokens and Calhoun 5,000 for 2. However, altogether, I'm glad that we've got some more free-to-play options to farm these characters both in this side campaign and in this Sorcerer tournament exchange. Now, it looks like Cozy Club, what they did is they added each of one legendary character for your legendary farming journey, and you've got Hero for the Big Hero 6 legendary event, Daisy for Sensational 6, Hermes for the Zero to Hero, and Cogsworth for Beauty and the Beast. So I do like this. Let's get the same thing going into the club exchange. It would be great to have two different stores with different characters to aid you in your farming for the legendary events, and definitely a right foot in the right direction. Now, as I mentioned before, they did do some updates to the overall pack offers. They're a little bit cheaper for a lot better overall deal. And let me know, guys, if you want to see some offer reviews or pack reviews, would love to do that. Let me know down in the comments below. And then most importantly, they updated the brand new chest, both in the loyalty chest and the campaign chest. They're going to be offering a lot more gold and just better gear drops altogether, which was desperately needed to kind of fix the gold crunch like we were talking about. And they're offering some better T7 gear, which is also a nice breath of fresh air. In addition, the loyalty chest got a lot better. So for those that went ahead and hoarded up all their currency, congrats. You've got yourself some pretty good materials, 50k coins, some beta ruins. Altogether, a great update with the chest, and definitely is going to ease the load a little bit for gold and gear and some of these other resources. Now, as mentioned before, Club Conquest is going to get some updates with reduced durations of quantity of phases to go ahead and make Club Conquest a little bit faster and more focused. They're also going to add some much needed update rewards to introduce more dynamic incentives is what they've said, and some scoring updates to refresh offense and defense strategies. Yes, it's a sad day. I know we're both going to miss all the Captain Jack Sparrow rewards. Y'all, if they go ahead and put like 100 betas for the reward, people are going to be fighting tooth and nail and really going at each other to go ahead and try to win Club Conquest. So the hope is they beef up these rewards a lot better, as we haven't seen an adjustment to this really since the start of the game. Alrighty, now for the last bit of content, first and foremost, they added a brand new Pride Emote. So hats off to Glue for not charging for that. And happy Pride Month to all of you guys. And they made some buffs and a little bit of nerfs to a couple of spells. Starting off, we got Sugar Rush, which you guys can see here previously, guys. Had an interesting mechanic. It takes a long time to charge, and now we've got a way to go ahead and increase the charge time by inflicting Sweeten on the battlefield. Wreck-It Ralph teammates are going to go ahead and deal bonus damage. You will now have a guaranteed chance to call teammates to assist up to 3, and all of your teammates will be gaining haste and 40% speed meter fill. That is a huge amount of speed meter, and I love to see the changes to a spell that definitely needed some adjustments, and we're going to go ahead and see how this works with the Wreck-It Ralph. But altogether, would love to see more spells introduced into the game, and this was definitely one that needed a buff. Now, lastly, Golden Hammer got another nerf, and kind of a buff at the same time. This spell has been nerfed like 3 times since I've started playing the game, guys. And let's go ahead and bring up the graphic and show you guys. You guys can see they went ahead and reduced the overall max health whenever you bring a character back. And Fix-It Felix naturally is going to have some great bonuses with this spell. If you go ahead and revive Fix-It Felix, you're going to grant him 100% health, harmful immunity, and fully restore the magic. This is some really nice changes and some good synergy. Excited to see Fix-It Felix's kit all together, and the changes aren't that huge. You guys can read the previous and also the now new and improved / nerfed Golden Hammer. Now, Golden Hammer still felt like an essential spell, so I'm not too mad about these nerfs, and I'm glad they brought a little bit of synergy with Fix-It Felix. I'm excited to see his kit, if he's like a extreme healer or he can revive himself. Would love to see what that looks like. And all together, guys, there is all of the updates in June. New legendaries, new buffs, new nerfs, and a lot more coming. Lastly, we've got the Corella damage and the sensational 6 damage leaderboard contest for a little bit of bonus rewards, as well as a Wreck-It Ralph side adventure campaign that we showed a little bit earlier, and Sgt Calhoun updating from 3-star to a 2-star unlock. So Cozy Club, this entire June update is going to prep us for the next phase of the legendary event, it looks like. And Wreck-It Ralph, I'm very curious to see what he brings. Is he going to bring an auto taunt, an auto revive, an AoE purge? Really curious to see what he brings. So all together, Cozy Club, a lot coming into the game, looking like it's going to prep us for the Wreck-It Ralph legendary event. Go ahead, guys, leave me down in the comments what you like most about this update, what you don't like, and anything in between. I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by the Cozy Club once again, waiting for myself to go ahead and recover. I appreciate it, guys. And as always, stay cozy.